ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ।
Dear friends, welcome back to the study of the Mundaka Upanishad. We have studied in great detail shloka number 7 of the second chapter of second Mundaka. If you look at it from the continuing point of view, it was the 39th shloka, where a particular method of meditating on the Absolute had been mentioned and described. That is, ja sarvagya sarvavit jasya jnanamayam tapaha. This is another shloka. Ja sarvagya sarvavit jasyaisha mahima bhuvi Dibye Brahmapure hi esha Brahmni Atma Pratishtita. He who knows everything in detail, he who knows everything in general, whose magnificence and excellence is manifested in this earth of ours, especially in those days. The Upanishads were developed in the hills and forests and dales and valleys of the Himalayas. So the beauty of the Himalaya was one of the attractive features which manifested the excellence, the magnificence of the divine. They saw the divine in that excellence. Jasya esha mahima Jasya bhubi esha mahima. This world is a place of the manifestation of his magnificence. Where is to be found? Directly, so that it is within my area of perception, my area of experience. Dibya brahma purehi esha brahmni atma pratishtita. It is Dibya, Jyotanavan, ever effulgence. When you equate that effulgence with your experience, it is awareness. You keep on saying, I know, I know, I know, I understand, I understand, I understand. This is where you find him. He's extended in the world, but you can't catch him. Where can you get hold of him, catch him, and make him an object of your meditation, object of your concentration? He is in you. Where? From where your awareness that I am is manifesting. We are always aware, I am, I am, I am. We may not repeat it all the time, but before I know anything, I am, that is why I know. It's been very beautifully said in the Bhagavad Gita, Siddhehi pramatari pramana nesha nahi bhavati purvam. What does it mean? Siddhehi pramatari. Once you are aware you are, then you say, I know. Without your awareness of your own being, you know nothing. And how do you say so? Because Shushupte Prayodarshanat, when I go into deep sleep without any dreaming, the whole world doesn't exist for me. And I wake up and say, oh, I knew nothing. I slept like a log. I knew nothing. The world did not exist for me at that time. So I am, that is why the world is. I am, that is why the world is. He says here that awareness of amness is compared to the effulgence. When there is light, you see everything. When there is awareness, you know everything. Knowledge dawns onto you when you are aware of yourself. He says that Atman who is everywhere, which is Sarvagya Sarvavid, whose excellence and magnificence is manifested in this whole world, he resides in you. Get hold of him. When you meditate, he is in me. I am in him. I am with him. So he tells you, this is the area where you can catch him and you can meditate on your own true original nature. That was the essential teaching of the previous shloka. Now, he has been telling you all the process of meditation on the absolute, your true original nature, and how to pinpoint it within yourself. You don't look outwards anymore. You are rationally convinced this whole universe is manifestation of Brahman. Sarvam ida khalu Brahma. Sarvam idam khalu Brahma. All that you see around you is nothing else but the manifestation of the divine. If that is true and axiomatically true, I am a part and parcel of this cosmos, however microscopically small I may be. But I am a part and parcel of this cosmos. If there is not a speck of space, not an iota of time where he is not, I can very well conclude he is therefore in me also. If he is in me also, then I am Atma apitu Brahma. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. The whole universe is manifestation of the divine. I belong to this universe, this whole universe, however small I may be, and there is no speck of space or iota of time where he is not. So he must be in me. Then what I know as I am is nothing else but a manifestation of his existence in me. I am aware I am, and he is in me. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma, therefore I am Atma apitu Brahma. Therefore what I call as I am is also the divine. So what is the end result? Then I must experience Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. That is my goal. All this has been described in thousand and different ways. That description of the method, how you meditate, is being carried on to the next shloka, shloka number 8. The platform of this understanding of this shloka is already built up in the 7th. Let us go forward today. Mano-maya, prana sharira neta. That's the first line. Pratisthito anne hridayam sannidhaya. Second line. Tat vijnanena paripashyanti dhira. Third. Fourth line. Ananda rupam amritam jat vibhati. Fourth line. Now, this is another process of meditation, and along with that meditative process, he tells you what is the end result of this meditation. This is how he is now being descriptive. What will happen to you? We humans, we are past masters in bargaining. I am prepared to do so. How do I stand to benefit? How do I stand to profit? I am prepared to do so. I must know what is the profit element hidden in it. Otherwise, if I don't gain anything, I am not interested. That's our attitude. The teacher, Maharishi Angirasha, knows it very well. Human nature. He is now putting in incentives to you. This will what will happen to you if you can master, if you can have total control by continuing, determined, backbreaking, practicing of any of these methods that I have told you of meditation. You will be enjoying this state of mind. Ananda rupam amritam jat vibhati. That which is effulgent as absolute ecstatic divine joy, which is endless. Once you have it for all times to come. It doesn't know how to disappear, it never degenerates. That is what it is. So let us now read the 8th shloka. Mano-maya. It saturates your mind. It saturates your mind. Mano-maya. Let us be a little, I would say, introspective. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand what is what. Mana is our mind. Maya means your mind is saturated by something. He doesn't tell you what is that something now. He will develop the ideas when you would know what is that something a little later. Mano-maya, it saturates your mind. What does it mean? Let us not try to be very philosophical. Let us be very practical, commonsensical. I am. This awareness of my amness has totally saturated my mind. I am, I exist, I am aware, I am aware, I exist. This has saturated my whole being. What has saturated my whole being? Awareness of my existence. Awareness is Chetana and existence is Satta. So Satchidananda Swarupata, of that Satchidananda Swarupata, Satta and Chetana is always with me. I am aware, I exist. And it is said, my true original nature is Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa, not quality. That is my true nature. But you say, Swami, I am aware of my existence. Why I am not aware of my Ananda Swarupata? Why do I suffer misery, sadness and happiness, agony, apprehension, anxiety, concern? Where has my Ananda Swarupata disappeared? In the scriptures, this question has been answered, and this Upanishad takes it for granted that you know it, because that was the prevalent value system of that time society. As because we are 1,000 years away, let us remind ourselves where it has disappeared. You know, in the modern language, students of science, there is something that is known as insulator. How come? Let us go back to nature. A sheet of mica, though it is partially transparent, translucent, almost a little opaque, but that mica, if I keep it in front of a burning fire, the mica has an innate quality to allow the light to percolate through mica, but the heat cannot come through. Light comes through, heat doesn't come through. And we have found out and said, we have found out a material which is a heat insulator. It insulates heat away from me, but allows the light to come in. So I make use of the light to read my scriptures, and I'm not being burned by that heat. I have an insulator. And in today's photography, if you see professional cameramen, they have thousands of filters hanging around their necks. Different types of glasses and filters, which filters away unwanted light. The light that they want comes through, that they do not want is insulated, filtered away. Light filters. Similarly, dear, we have a filter in ourselves. What is that filter? That filter is desire of the things of the world. And that desire pulls our attachment towards itself so much that attachment to fulfill my desire is a filter that does not allow Ananda Swarupata to percolate through. Satta percolates through, existence percolates through, awareness, Chetana percolates through, but Ananda doesn't percolate through. It is a very heavy insulator. What is that? Desire and attachment for the things of the world. You say so. Can you give me a practical example? I will give you a practical example. Then you can generalize it later on. What is that? Say, for instance, I'm a great lover of cars. And I keep on researching which is the best for me. And ultimately I decide that sports car, the latest variety of Alfa Romeo, is what I want to have. And it costs several $100,000. I don't have it. As because I am possessed by the desire to own an Alfa Romeo sports car, I try my best in a moral and ethical manner to save, to beg, to borrow, to sell away something and get that amount of money so that I can buy that car. And I am totally restless to possess that ownership. I am restless. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't enjoy myself. That all-possessing desire has got hold of me. I am restless. And what happens? Somehow or other I manage that money. I go to the leader, hand over the check, sign papers, and he hands over the pair of keys. As soon as those keys are handed over to me, I am in cloud 9. I am the happiest man in the world. And as because I am not analytic, as because I am not introspective, I think the ownership of my object of desire, the Alfa Romeo sports car, has brought in that volume of ananda to me. Ownership is my ananda. That is how I interpret it. If that ownership is ananda, I'm prepared to agree to that for a certain time. A mischievous boy with a piece of broken glass, he scratches the beautiful paint of your car. Your ownership remains. Where has your ananda disappeared? You are so angry, so annoyed, if you can find out that chappie, you would kill him. The fact of life is, your ananda has disappeared. The ownership remains. You thought the ownership has given you that ananda, that joy. That is not the true, correct analysis. What has actually happened? Let us analyze. That burning desire to own that object of desire, whatever that object may be now, that burning desire was so all-consuming that all other desires were suppressed. That one desire remained, saturating myself. As soon as I had my ownership, that desire was fulfilled. I became desireless. As soon as I became desireless, my Ananda Swarupata did not have any insulation, it came forth. And I enjoyed, I thought I was in cloud 9. but I misinterpreted it. I thought ownership has brought this joy to me. But what has brought that joy to me is I became desireless for a period of time. And I was enjoying Sat-Sarupata, Chit-Sarupata and Ananda-Sarupata because the insulation of desire of the things of the world has disappeared. This is an example. And Kabir Das, the medieval India's saint poet, he used a doha, a two-line verse, part of a song. He says, ye chaha, ye desire, tu ati neechan ki neech. You are the lowliest of the low, dirtiest of the dirty, filthiest of the filth. Why? We live with desire and we enjoy being desirous. How come Kabir Das says such a thing? He has his reasons. He says, Arey, मैं तो ब्रह्म हूं, अगर तू न होते बीच. I am Brahma Swarup. I am Satchidananda Swarup Atma. I am experiencing my Sat-Sarupata. I am experiencing my Chit-Sarupata because I am constantly aware I exist. But I am not aware I am that eternal, divine, ecstatic bliss. I don't. Why? You desire the dirtiest of the dirty, the filthiest of the filthy, the most pollutant of all pollutants. You have come in between me and my true original nature. I am Brahman. You have made me a jiva. You have made me an ordinary human being. That is what you are. When I say mano-maya, as the Upanishad says here, as Maharishi says here, please understand once for all, thoroughly, correctly, I am saturated by awareness of my existence. I am saturated. And that awareness of existence is a reflection of the eternal existence in my mind. Chidabhasha. I'll use a technical word now. Chidabhasha. Chaitanya abhasha. What does it mean? It comes through it. Percolates through it. But there is an element through which you see. As for instance, a pot of water kept on the bright sun, you see the reflection of the sun. The original sun is high up in the clouds, but you see the true reflection of the sun in water. Only it is diminished in size, but not diminished in luminosity, because you can't look at the reflection. Your eyes start burning. You say the water is totally reflective of the sun. Your mind is so saturated with satta and chetana that your mind always reflects satta and chetana of Satchidananda Swarup. Your Ananda Swarupata is not available to you because you have that insulation in you which you have not yet removed. Not only you don't remove, you cherish it, you love it, you welcome it. I love to desire things of the world and try to achieve it. When I achieve, that desire goes away and I am happy. And I thought ownership of the object of my achievement has given me that joy. Stupid as that I am. Mano-maya here means that all-pervasive, that infinite, eternal, all-pervasive, immutable absolute, he is everywhere and you can't hold it. It slips away from your fingers as if you can't hold water. You can't hold air. If that is so, how do I get it? He is in me, and my whole mind is saturated by him, and he manifests himself through my mind. Chit abhasa. He is percolating through. I am aware I am. This is one description. He is in me. When I say axiomatically, the process of meditation is, he is in me, I am in him. What does it mean? I am trying to cut at the root of the sense of separateness between him and me. This is the concept of mano-maya. He is in me and I have no information about it. I take it for granted. It is natural, it is spontaneous. I, like a stupid ass, never think of analyzing it. Mano-maya means I am, through my prismatic mind, through my reflective mind, I am reflecting that eternal being known as Sridharananda Swarup, Atma, when I look at within me, and Sridharananda Swarup Brahma, when I look at external world. I have never thought of it. The Upanishad Maharishi Patanjali reminds you, guides your thought processes. Henceforward, right from now, this is how you should think of yourself. What I know as I am is nothing else but the reflection of that divine He is. He is everywhere, and I can get hold of Him, make Him an object of my experience within me. Who am I? What am I? Then he moves on. Another way of meditating. He says, Prana Sharira Neta. Nayati iti Neta. What does it mean? Neta is a leader. Who leads you? That is what we know as meaning. Here the same meaning applies. He leads you from this gross body to the subtle body and brings you back to the gross body again. You go back to the subtle body. This chain continues till you reach your goal. Prana Sharira Neta. And what is the Sharira? Anne Pratishtita. And how is he placed? Sannidhaya. Samyak nidhaya. Undoubtedly, without any question, without any let or hindrance, without any hesitation, no. He is in me. Like a stupid ass, I think myself separated from him. He is not separated from me. I am in him, he is in me. The separateness has been cut off from the root, has been eradicated like a weed. Throw it away. So the meaning of these two lines is, he has saturated my mind because I'm always aware I am. I exist. And where do I identify myself now, this body-mind complex. Life force, mind force, intellect. Mana, buddhi, antakarana. Inner subject. I reside there. I don't reside in this anna, not in this body. I am Neta. I lead myself through this body, gross body, subtle body, and I keep on moving around according to law of karma. Immutable law of karma and karma phala. I do something, I have to face the consequences. I do something, I will face the results, not you. I do good, I enjoy goodness. I do evil, I become evil. I am being given an eternal chance, a philosophy, eternal hope. Live a life highly moral, highly ethical. Do your duties of life correctly, thoroughly, perfectly, excellently, and leave it to God. What happens? You expect nothing, so you get nothing. All you get is you are cleaning up the cup of your heart, emptying the dirty which is in the cup of your heart. Duty is a very poor translation of the actual Sanskrit word dharma. Let me divert a little. Please try to understand what is dharma. There are many definitions. For us who really want to reach that goal, dharma has a special meaning. What does it mean? Dharayate iti dharma. Dharayate means it is something, a basket full of noble ideas, holding on to which, practicing it, putting into a day-to-day life activity, you do not downgrade yourself as an animal, an ordinary biological creature. Holding on to those ideas based on morals, ethics, and principles which the teachers of the world say will take you towards emancipation, towards God. You behave them, you work them in your lifetime. Let be a part and parcel of your behavior pattern, your mannerism, and your conduct. Why? Holding on to those ideas, you do not degrade yourself as a biological creature. A. Why? We humans, being honest to us, we degrade ourselves. By the 6 ripus, the 6 sense organs, 6 enemies, propensities, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Desire, anger, avarice, so on and so forth, which makes us lesser human being. And holding on to those ideas, you reach your goal. You be one with the divine. This is the concept of dharma. This is very vaguely translated as duty in English language. That is, I should be very discriminative. I use my conscience, sense of discretion, sense of discrimination, and I sit and decide I must do this with this attitude which will take me to my God. I will not do this with that attitude, it will make me a lesser human being. I will do that. That is my duty. Because I have fixed my goal of life. If you don't fix your goal of life, the concept of duty will be wavy. You don't know what's your duty. My duty is, I have promised, I have decided, I have determined, I will do my very best to be one with my God. This is the reality of my life. Any act and deed that helps me to reach that goal is my duty. Any act and deed that takes me away from it is not my duty. Dharate iti dharma, a basket full of noble ideas, holding on to which you prevent yourself from degrading into an animal, though you are a biological creature. But that potential possibility is in you to manifest the divinity within yourself. Any act and deed that helps me to manifest that divinity within me is my duty. Now, prana sharira neta pratisthita anne hridayam sannidhaya. That is, this biological creature. It has his mind, it has his buddhi, antakarana, buddhi, hridaya, rationality, emotionality, and life force. He who is in me is the leader. Leader of what? He sees I live this life properly. He teaches me how to live this life. It is up to me whether I listen or don't. And he leads me from this gross body into the subtle body. From the subtle body, he brings me back to the gross body. And this going and coming continues till I end this run and I reach my goal. Where does he reside? Hridayam sannidhaya. In the cave of your heart. There's no other way to explain. We can always say, dive deep within yourself. This is the fun of the game. Let me share it with you. Dive deep within yourself. Aham asmi, I am. Try to posit, where is that? Where is that place from where this I am is coming up? You will not be able to find. You will not be able to identify a place. You know why? Because you are everywhere. You can't compartment it by space. Therefore, I am. And I am deeply searching within me. Where is it from where that amness is developing? Because it's all pervasive. But for the purposes of meditation, it is said the core of your heart, the core of your being. Here, heart is not the, I would say, anatomical heart. The seat of your emotion, of your feeling. You think he is there as an eternal fountain. And from that fountain, Sat Sarupata, Chit Sarupata, Ananda Sarupata is flowing. And that peace and tranquility, that divine ecstatic joy, the awareness of my amness is coming from that perennial spring. it fills me up. Spills over to my front, to my rear, to my right, left, corners. The whole cosmos is filled with my true original nature. And I am at the center of that sphere, and I am meditating on my true original nature. This is how we consider mano-maya, prana sharira neta, pratisthita anne. It is in this body, but not in the gross material body. Hridayam sannidhaya. It is the seat of your emotion, your discretion, your willpower. All those faculties put together which will help you to be one with God. Mano-maya, prana sharira neta, pratisthita anne. But he sits hridayam samyak nidhaya. You can experience it, you can feel it, but you can't posit a place for it. I am aware I am. I am aware I exist. But I can only feel I am. That is hridaya part of it. I think I am. I feel I am. The core of my being is hridaya. Don't make a mistake with anatomical heart. And where it has been said to the place of meditation, where the sternum ends, relative portion on the spine, and the rib cage, that barrel, empty it of everything, make it hollow and vacant and pure and clean. Think of a lotus there and let your divine sit. In the same way as you are facing and you meditate. Hridayam sannidhaya, mano-maya, prana sharira neta, anne pratisthita, but hridayam sannidhaya, prana sharira neta, anne pratisthita. That is gross body and the subtle body. What happens to you? You have been describing all sorts of meditation. What will happen to you? Tat vijnanena paripashyanti dhira ananda rupam amritam yat vibhati. The first two lines are a process of meditation, description of a meditative process, and the second two lines is an incentive. If you can do so, if you can do it successfully, what will happen to you? You will experience by being stable, mature, serene, sober, tranquil. No type of disturbance in your mind. Not any type of disturbance in your mind. You are constantly poised in the awareness of the presence of the Atman within you. Tat vijnanena. Knowing it full well. He could have said tat jnanena. He uses a prefix, vijnanena. What is vijnanena? You know it by experiencing, not intellectually. You know it intellectually, and that intellectual conviction through the process of meditation becomes your experience. Vijnanena, Vishesha Rupa Jnana. That is, this is knowledge. Knowledge not only in the process of knowing, it is beyond that, experiencing. Paripashyanti, ekatmena anubhavati. Paripashyanti dhira. Paripashyanti means pari again, a prefix. Pashyanti, to see. Paripashyanti means not to see with your eyes. Feel the oneness by your own experience. Who can do that? Dhira Purusha. What is that Dhira Purusha? Samadhamadi, Shat-sampatti, Jnana, Vairagya, Tyaga, Sampanya Purusha. Dhira Purusha. What does it mean? Tat vijnanena paripashyanti dhira. Until and unless you fit in with the definition of dhira, you'll not be able to get it. So pay attention to who is the dhira. Dhira is a person who, according to your studies of Vedanta Sara, dhira is a person who has these samadhamadi shat-sampatti. Samadhama, uparati, titiksha, etc., etc., etc. Samadha. 6 of them. And mumukshatta, desire to know, viveka, vairagya, shat-sampatti, mumukshatta. Sadhana chatushtaya. Who has mastered all these disciplines and it has become spontaneous with him. Part and parcel of his being. How could it be? By constant continuing practice. Abhyasa yogat, jataya suddha satta. Sannyasa yogat, abhyasa yogat, Jataya Suddha Satta. Ta Brahmalokeshu Paranta Kale Paramrita Parimuchanti Sarve. You'll get it here later on. It belongs to this Upanishad. So, dears, he tells you, he that absolute, your goal of pursuit, is within you. He has saturated your whole being. He is the leader of your life, this and the next. Sthula Sharira and Dhatishara. He does not reside in this gross body. His place is Hridayam Sannidhaya. He is in the core of your being. And you can experience him. How? By being a dhira. That is sadhana chatushtaya. Nitya, anitya, vastu, viveka, and ihamutra, parat, viraga, samadhamadi, sat-sampatti, and mumukshatya. All these disciplines, which are new to all of us as of now, these disciplines by constant practice, abhyasa balat, the momentum that you create by repetitiveness, which is a habit formation, and that habit matures into saturating your whole being, and it becomes spontaneous. The effort quotient is lost. Dhira. He knows. How does he know? Not by knowledge, but by experience. Not by paroksha jnanam, but aparoksha anubhuti. Let me remind you, paroksha jnana means you have an indirect avenue of knowing. I see you by knowing because of my eyes. I can't see you by knowing with my eyes if I am blind. My knowledge, generation of knowledge is dependent on my eyes. If I'm deaf, I don't hear. So all these 5 sense organs are avenues to acquire knowledge. It is indirect knowing because if the avenues are diseased or bad, you don't know. Or if you know it in a wrong manner. This is paroksha jnanam. Para-oksha, indirect. What is aparoksha anubhuti? As I tell you, I imprison you in a small cabin, a meter square, without light, without sound, without smell, not allowing to touch anything, not allowing to taste anything. You are allowed to breathe, to be alive, and I keep you in that chamber. You say, Swamiji has enclosed me in a chamber. I don't see anything, it is dark black. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. I don't smell anything. I don't touch anything. I don't taste anything. All my 5 organs are locked up. But my 5 organs are not working. But I know I am locked up. How do you know? How do you? Let me explain to me. I have shut all your 5 organs, but you are aware you are locked up. I am, and I am locked up by Swami. No paroksha, you don't need the help of anybody, but you know you are. No paroksha, aparoksha, anubhuti, experiencing. I'm sorry. Experiencing without the help of your sense organs. But you know I am. Sasam Vedya Chaitanya. I am that. So the process being made here, be a dhira purusha, sadhana chatushtaya sampanya dhira. Mumukshu, desirous to reach that goal. If you are so, then you will know that by experiencing. After knowing by hearing, it matures into a conviction. That conviction becomes a motivation, and you perform your discipline, and the end of it, you saturate yourself with that idea, and you say, I am, I experience my happiness. I am not the body, not the mind, not the life forces, not the ego, not the buddhi, not at all, nothing at all. I am what I am. It is experienceable, not describable. That is what I am. And what is the end result of that knowledge? Ananda Rupam Amritam Jad Vibhati. You will be absolutely saturated and permeated by that divine ecstatic bliss. That is its form, that is its chehara, that is what it is. Amritam, it is eternal. With the worldly life, you know you are Pratik. You know you are Ram. You know you are deep. You know, you need not be reminded by anybody. Nor do you want to remind yourself, I must not forget my name is this. You are absolutely saturated with this knowledge, identifying yourself with this body-mind complex. At that time, what will happen is, your identity will move out of the body and you'll be everywhere. Jat Ananda Rupam Satchidananda Rupam Amritam, immortal, endless, Vibhati. It manifests itself and you dwell in your own true, magnificent, excellent nature. That is how the description now starts from this shloka. What will happen to you? So long, he has been, the Maharishi, the author of this Upanishad, have been insisting on you what to do, what not to do, what to do, what not to do, what will happen to you. That's what he has been telling you. Once in a while, I was telling you this will happen to you to keep your interest alive. Now, from this shloka onwards, till the last shloka of this chapter, Mundaka, you will find in every shloka, Maharishi Angirasha will tell you what is waiting for you round the corner if you behave yourself. If you conduct yourself with these disciplines. So, dears, let me read the shloka again and call it a day. Mano-maya prana sharira neta pratishtito anne hridayam sannidhaya. He is well placed in the core of your being. Let us translate the word hridaya symbolically in this manner. The core of your being is that. And all that you have gathered as yourself is all bullshit. Excuse my language. It's all BS. Get rid of what that dirt. Identify yourself with your own true original nature. Mano-maya prana sharira neta pratishtita anne hridayam sannidhaya. Tat vijnanena, by experiencing which, or by experiencing that. Paripashyanti dhira. Dhira, a man of stability, stable wisdom, maturity, tranquility, sobriety, serenity, of unshakable peace. He experiences that tat. What is that tat? Ananda Rupam Amritam. That is Ananda Rupa. Absolute, ecstatic, divine bliss, not short-lived like the worldly blisses. Amritam, eternal. Jad Vibhati, which is always manifest, it never dims. Like the sun, it doesn't set. Once it comes up, it is always there. That is the goal of spiritual life. Mano-maya pran sharira neta pratishtito anne hridayam sannidhaya tad vijnanena paripashyanti dhira ananda rupa amritam ananda rupam amritam yat vibhati, that which manifests itself all the time. The next shloka tells you what is the result apart from this experience. Vidyate hridaya granthi Chiddante sarvasamsaya shiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte parabare. This is a description of what will happen to you after you have performed your disciplines up to the 8th shloka. We'll take it up during our next discussion. Thank you, dears. Thank you ever so much for your undivided attention and your interest. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.